Hello Pisces, Sun, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Pisces, today we're going to look into your person's energy. We're going to see how they're currently viewing this relationship with you, how they feel about it, and what actions they plan on taking in your direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Pisces, let's get started. How does this person currently view this relationship with Pisces? So we do have the King of Swords. Could be dealing with an Aquarius strongly, possibly a Gemini, maybe even a Libra. How does this person currently feel about this relationship with Pisces? Okay, we got the Knight of Pentacles. What's the actions they plan on taking in Pisces' direction or moving forward? Okay. All right. Got the Ace of Swords in the reverse. This person that you currently find yourself connecting with, Pisces, they don't trust you as far as they can throw you. That's as blunt as I could put it, okay? This could have a lot to do with this person's past and very little to do with you. Maybe there was trust that was essentially broken in this entire situation, causing them to feel like they can't trust you. That's also, a possibility. But King of Swords is somebody who has been through a lot in romantic relationships. So, I mean, this could, like I said, have a lot to do with this person's past and very little to do with you. I do see them proceeding forward within this relationship, but with caution. With the Ace of Swords coming on the reverse, that's kind of telling me that this person's not going to turn around and automatically trust you until they essentially feel like they can. It's basically what I'm getting. Very cautious individual. Tell me more about the King of Swords. Okay, let's see what we got. So we do have the King of Cups. We do have the Seven of Cups. And then we also have the Chariot out here. Okay. In regards to how this person's currently viewing you in their relationship with you. Before this person, and by the way, even though this person's very, very guarded and they've been through a lot in previous relationships, and they are proceeding forward within this relationship with caution, this person does come off to me as like a really good person. They also come off to me as somebody who does have a lot of love to give, but I feel like this person has made a lot of mistakes in the past. When it comes down to, who they should invest all their time and energy towards, who they should essentially give their all to. They have made many mistakes, and they just kind of want to make sure that they're not out here making the same mistakes, over and over again. So even though this person really does like you and they're developing a lot of like romantic feelings for you, like it's just going to take them some time, before they feel like they can fully trust you. It's just going to take them some time, before this person, feels like it's safe, for them to go there with you fully is basically what I'm getting. Tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles. Okay. All right. So we have the Three of Cups. We got the Tower. We also have the Moon. And then we have, oh man. Yeah. Well, like I said, I feel like this person has made a lot of mistakes in previous relationships. And I feel like, they always found themselves, choosing, unfortunately, the wrong person, for them. And they suffered a great deal because of it. And I just kind of feel like, given everything that they've been through, they don't put anything past absolutely anybody. So with that being said, even though they may really, really like you and may see themselves having a future, with you, it's going to take some time before they feel safe and secure enough to build towards a future with you, to fully let you in and fully allow themselves to go there with you. So far, they haven't really been noticing any red flags, from you. So with that being said, it is causing them to feel like, okay, like, let me just, continue to date Pisces and get to know Pisces and see, where life could possibly take me in Pisces. But even though they haven't noticed any red flags coming from you or anything like that, they're still going to be very guarded. They're still going to proceed forward with caution. Tell me more about the Ace of Swords in the reverse. Okay. We have the Five of Pentacles, we got the Ace of Wands, and then we also have the Ace of Cups. Okay. All right, Pisces. Okay, Pisces. This person that you currently find yourself dating / talking to, this person's going to try their hardest to really dig into your past, okay? So they're going to ask you questions like, why didn't your last relationship work out? And yada, yada, yada. Why are you single? Things like that. I feel like this person is just going to really dig into Why didn't your last relationship work out? What the heck happened? This person just wants to see if you did anything wrong in your previous relationship that caused that relationship to essentially go south. Okay. I just kind of feel like this person, yeah, they're definitely going to be digging into your past and asking you a boatload of questions because they just want to know, like, did you do anything in your previous relationship to self-sabotage, that relationship that you were a part of? With the Ace of Swords coming out here in the reverse, here's the issue that I'm having with this person and what they're doing here, because I understand that this is just them trying to be cautious and not trying to invest into the wrong person. I understand all of that. However, I don't necessarily feel like it matters for this person to dig into your past and ask you all of these questions, because I don't feel like they're going to be satisfied with your answers, or they're just simply not going to believe them. So if this person were to tell you like, oh, like, or if this person were to ask you, why didn't your last relationship work out? And you sit there and tell them, oh, well, this person cheated on me. You know what I mean? This person cheated on me, so I got up and I left, right? This person, because they have the amount of trust issues that they have, they are probably not going to believe you. You know what I mean? They're probably not going to believe you. They're probably going to think that you were actually the one that cheated and it wasn't actually them. You see what I mean? And the reason why I'm just like, I just don't understand the purpose behind all of this is because this person has massive trust issues. So therefore, they question every little thing that comes out of a person's mouth. So because they question everything that comes out of a person's mouth, they don't necessarily believe everything that everybody tells them. So by them asking you these questions and digging into your past, I mean, that's fine. They're free to do whatever they want. But what good is that going to essentially do if they're not going to turn around and believe you? You know what I mean? Or think whatever it is that they want to think in the end. What good does that really do? What good does that do? What good does that do? All right, we have the Lovers. We have the Ten of Swords, and then we also have the Six of Cups. Yeah. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Seven of Swords. We got the Four of Swords. We also have the Emperor. And then, listen, this person comes off to me as like a really good person who's just made a lot of mistakes in love. And they suffered a great deal because of it. I don't think that you're dealing with a bad person or anything like that. I think that you're dealing with a really good person who's just been hurt many, many times and deceived many, many times. And at this point, I kind of feel like, given everything that they've been through, they feel like they have to be this way with people. They feel like they have to interrogate people. They feel like they have to dig into people's past and stuff like that to see if that person's deceptive or not. And, this is that type of person that's also very, very vigilant. So this is that type of person that's going to watch you like a hawk. I hope you know that. Now, do I see this person eventually trusting you? Yes, I do. But I feel like it's going to take a whole lot of time before they even get there, Pisces. Because as they're getting to know you and build a relationship with you, again, it's like they're not noticing any red flags coming from you, which is causing them to feel like, okay, wait a minute, like they might be different from everybody that I've ever dealt with before. Might. Keyword might be different. And that in itself is what I feel is going to cause issues between the two of you, is their lack of trust, to be completely frank with you. This is going to be the biggest issue you guys are going to find yourself facing within your relationship with one another, is there just being a lack of trust on their part. It's like the best way that I could put it. Pisces, it's the best way that I could put it, dude. Yeah, dude. I think that it's going to take some time, you know what I mean, before you're able to gain this person's trust. I do see you eventually gaining it. I just kind of feel like you guys have a little bit of a long road up ahead when it comes down to overcoming these trust issues that I see this person that you currently find yourself talking to / getting to know. It's going to take some time before they get over this trust issue that they essentially have. But just be prepared, Pisces. I think that this person is going to question every little thing that comes out of your mouth. I don't think this person's going to instantly believe anything that comes out of your mouth. They're going to definitely fact check every little thing that you say. That's another thing too. Yeah, basically. Like I said, it looks like you're dealing with a really, really good person who's just been hurt and betrayed and deceived a whole lot. I just kind of feel like, And it's, well, how do I say this in the nicest way possible? I just kind of, gosh, like, I don't know. They just kind of come off to me as like somebody who just like falls for someone, you know, easily, and like just trusts someone like easily. You know what I mean? And I think that that's why they've been hurt and disappointed so many times, because of just the way that they've always been. You know, they just fall for people easily. They just trust people easily. They just hand it over like it's nothing, you know, not knowing like who they're handing, or I'm sorry, who they're putting all their trust and faith into. You see what I mean? And I think that going through this over and over and over again has definitely shown them that clearly they're putting their trust and faith into people right away when they shouldn't be doing that. Like they should be really getting to know that person and really getting to know like what that person's about. You know what I mean? Before they just turn around and instantly trust that person and instantly give that person their all, because this is not by any means the first time that they've ever been in this predicament where they find themselves giving their all to somebody who does not deserve all of these things from them. I'm not saying you don't deserve all these things from them, but I'm saying they've dealt with a lot of people who have, you know, betrayed them, who have deceived them. And this was the very person that turned around and gave their all to these individuals. Like when I say their all, I literally mean like their all. Like they will sacrifice and give up absolutely anything for that person that they were essentially with and madly in love with. They just, I don't know, they just kind of come off to me as, like I said, somebody who just, you know, when they lay their eyes on someone, it's like a love at first sight with this one over here. And they just instantly fall in love and they instantly trust that person. They instantly turn around and give that person their all. And they're kind of realizing they cannot continue to be this way anymore, because not everybody is good. Not everybody means well. Not everybody is trustworthy. Not everybody is worthy of them and all that they have to give, because they have a lot to give. Like when I mean, trust me when I say this person truly does have a lot to give. They bring a whole lot to the table. They really, really do. Which is great, which is awesome. And you get to experience that. You know, as far as like being with somebody who's willing to literally give you their all, like that's great. But I think it's just going to take some time before they get there. And listen, I don't feel like this person means to take all of this out on you. Like, oh, like, Pisces, you know, now you're going to have to deal with all my past trauma. Like, I don't feel like they mean to take all of this out on you. I just kind of feel like, I mean, come on. You know what I mean? Given everything that they've been through, it makes sense why they're going to be cautious. It makes sense why they're going to be vigilant. It just makes a lot of sense, you know? If you've been hurt, betrayed, and deceived time and time again by people, like at some point you're going to start to think, okay, wait a second, I'm doing something wrong, clearly. You know what I mean? Let me be more cautious. Let me be a little bit more careful. Let me not trust so easily and give my all so quickly, because that's what they do. Like, which, I don't know, they just kind of come off to me as like, you know how like you know, you remember how it used to be when you were a teenager and you would see a boy and then you see that boy and you're just like, oh my God, this is the love of my life. Let me give them my all. You know what I mean? Or, you know, if you were into women, then you were into women. But it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like this person acts like a teenage boy or teenage girl that's in love, you know what I mean? And it's like they don't really take the time to really get to know that person. All they care about is, you know, that they love that person. They're in love with that person. They want to run off into the sunset with them and build towards a life with them without properly getting to know them. You see what I mean? That's just how they roll. That is just how they operate. That's just how, you know, they've always been. And I think that they're starting to now realize, yo, I cannot continue to be this way. Like, I can't just lay my eyes on someone and just instantly fall in love with them and just instantly trust them and instantly give them my all, you know? Because, yeah, before it's like, kind of looks like they weren't like that. They were just like a teenage boy or a teenage girl who laid their eyes on, you know, someone, and they're just like, oh my God, I'm in love, and this is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. You know what I'm talking about. You were once upon a time a teenager. You know how it goes. You know that you fell in love with that boy and you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with that boy, and you don't even remember that, you know, his last name, or that girl that you fell in love with, you know, in high school, and you were probably thinking, oh my God, this is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with, and you don't even remember her last name. Like, you know what I mean? It's that type of like energy that I'm kind of getting here from them. They're just, I don't know, they're just like that. They just fall in love very quickly, and they don't stop to think, wait a minute, let me really get to know this person first. Let me take my time. Let me take things slowly. You know what I mean? I think that they're going to be that way now, but it kind of said they weren't that way for a while. All right. So just know, you know, what you're dealing with and what you're up against here, but good person. They definitely have a lot to, you know, a lot to give. They definitely bring a lot to the table. They just want to make sure, you know, that you're not going to turn around and hurt them or betray them or deceive them first before they turn around and give you their all. All right. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated, and I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.